God's own righteousness thus becomes the ground on which we believers stand on. Amen. When we stand before him. No one has ever been saved through the merit system. So people that are thinking that you can get that out your way. No one has ever been saved through the merit system. Salvation has been available only by grace through faith ever since the fall of Adam and Eve. Amen. Amen. Abraham is a prime example of this. If we go into Romans, the 4th chapter, the 3rd verse, it says, Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. And this same quotation by Paul came from Genesis, the 15th chapter, and the 6th verse. So that's been way, way, way back. That it's always been by faith. Amen. Yes. This was before Abraham even got his name. Because then he was still Abram during those days. And so during Jesus' earthly ministry, even he rarely used the word justification. But justification by faith was the underlying theme of the message that he preached. Let's look at Luke, the 18th chapter, verses 9 through 14. And it says, and he spoke this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank you, that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give tithes of all that I possess. And the tax collector, standing afar off, would not so much as raise his eyes to the heaven. Amen. But he beat his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. Amen. And I'm going to tell you that I know that to be true myself. I remember when I didn't put God first and I put myself first. He humbled me. And I'm here to tell you right now, you'd rather humble yourself than have God humble you. Amen. Now these parables, it reveals that the justification is instantaneous. See, the repentant tax collector, he went home justified, and that is there was no time lapse, no works of penance, no ritual, no sacrament, no confessional exercise, and no meritorious deeds he needs to do before he can be made whole in the